Ding.
Lights on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Lights on. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Welcome
to
to...
episode 2.
Welcome to Ronald McConnell's. Can I pick order, please?
Ronald McConnell up in here with his business.
Yeah. I would like an order of a large stimulus check. We don't carry that no more.
We don't
What?
do those no more. We don't.
Well, we don't carry
We're out of money.
stimulus check no more. We have small stimulus check for you.
Money machine broke. Sorry. Come again next time for more money. But we won't have it. So sorry. Don't know what to tell you.
Welcome to McConnell's, home of the big Mitch. Can I take your order, please?
The big Mitch. You mean the big bitch?
The big Mitch eating your order, please. He's the kind of guy who would just he would purposely mess up your order.
No, he would mess up your order, and then he would take your order, open it up, put his dick on top of it, and then also spread some dick cheese on it, and then give it back to you. And then after that, you're gonna be like, "My burger tastes funny," and he'll just be like, "Oh, that's just our secret recipe. Don't worry about that." And then they'll walk away, and then they'll never know that man literally just sprinkled his dick cheese on your burger.
I feel like Mitch McConnell would be like the undercover boss on an episode of Undercover Boss, who just learns absolutely nothing by the end of the episode. Like, he doesn't see how the other half lives. He sees how the other half lives.
Okay, wait. I never watched that show. I have seen clips of it. I always just kind of thought it was the same as how Gordon Ramsay kind of goes undercover for some restaurants. I don't know why. I love watching his stuff, but other people's, when they do that, I just can't watch it. But Mitch would definitely be the one where he'd walk in and he doesn't even try to dress up. He just walks in as himself and is just like, and everyone's like, Senator Mitch? He's like, what? That's not me. I don't know who the fuck that is. Come on, go do your work. Come on, go.
Please tell me you saw that tweet.
Don't look at me.
Please tell me you saw that tweet of Donald Trump in a mustache the day he got banned from Twitter. It was like, "Hello, my name is John Smith. This is my first day on Twitter. What is going on, everybody?
My name's Juan Smith. It's my first day on Twitter. My first time. I never been on Twitter. Twitter's so amazing.
You sound
also, make America good again."
You sound like half the people who came into the targets that I was working at for the Nintendo Ambassador Program. They're like, boss, PS5,
PlayStation 5.
The amount of people that I had to basically laugh in their face and be like, "You're not getting one," until 22. It was awful. Dude, and it's the most fucking popular item of the holiday season, man.
Okay,
you're not just, during a global pandemic. You're not just walking to a store and getting
the
one.
Xbox.
I'm David, and I'm David. This is Dennis, by the way. We never said our names, which is fine. We never made a point of saying our names. This is the Double D experience. We strive to bring you the greatest, richest, spontaneity right in your face, all up in your grill and in your ears every single week.
Yes, that is right. That's right.
We are the two Ds in the Double D experience. You may choose which D is which, and which one is bigger, and which one you would personally prefer to have nuzzled against you on a cold winter's night. Whether that is me or whether that is Dennis.
Wait, pause.
You are extra horny and you
pause
want
for a second.
Yes. What's up?
There do be some times though where some titties are also kind of mismatched.
No, that happens.
Yeah, and which I'm. You know what? Funny enough, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
No, David, listen to me.
Swing low, sweet chariot, as they say.
I even like to think our hands are also kind of mismatched. Maybe not by much, but I'm not saying that I have a little tiny little baby arm and a massive banana tree fucking hand that's just waving around in the air as I'm walking around.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever played Left 4 Dead. You ever remember the Charger?
Yeah,
big ass hand, and then one of the middle arm.
Hey, that's the fella who done there masturbates all day long.
Are we just gonna be saying references today? I love that fucking video, by the way.
That's a reference to a very old Flash animation, which rip Flash, by the way, rip Adobe Flash. Can I get an F for my homie?
Rip.
Can I get an F for the good lad out there? That is a hilarious animation called Left 4 Speed. It's a Left 4 Dead parody. It is. There was
two of them.
That was the Left 4 Speed 2. Yeah.
And also, by the way, for Left 4 Dead fans out there, I don't know if y'all know, but the developers have basically come together to basically make a new one. I think I don't know. I forgot the name of it.
It's called Back for Blood.
Okay, no, I don't think that's right. Let me check that out real quick. Wait. Left 4 Dead.
Dennis, $5. Shake right now. $5.
David, I got no money. I got no job right now, so I got no money to give you. Even if I
You're
had,
about to have even less money, motherfucker. All right,
have a
so
negative.
shake my hand.
About to have a no. I'm not shaking nothing. I'm not even here, so I can't shake nothing. Yes, you are right. Back 4 Blood.
Shake my cock.
No, thank you, David. It's not Left 4 Dead 3 though, but developers confirm. Yes, Back 4 Blood is in development for all you Left 4 Dead fans out there, and it's gonna be. I think it says, at least on this thumbnail from YouTube, gonna be made by Turtle Rock Studios, and I think WB Warner Brothers Games are gonna be publishing it, I suppose.
So it has nothing to do with Valve at all.
No, it's just guys from Valve coming over together and making this game.
Oh, so so in that sense, it is a true spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
You are correct.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm happy to hear about that. That's definitely awesome.
Wait, why did you make it sound as if you already knew about it though?
About Back 4 Blood?
Yeah.
I did.
So then why are you talking it like why are you talking right now as if like you just found out about this today?
Oh, well, I didn't know about like all the finer details. I had no idea that Warner Brothers was working on it, or it was that other company that you just said. All I knew is that it was a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. All I saw, like, dude, I didn't watch the Game Awards or anything like that. All I did was go on Twitter, and I saw Sephiroth like hang Mario by his overalls like a bitch,
which was an amazing moment, by the way.
Can I just say for the record,
okay, go ahead.
The Sephiroth reveal trailer for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the greatest film to come out all year.
I will agree with you on that.
Like it was better than anything Hollywood put out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, but
it was better. It was a better movie than Wonder Woman.
Hold on. But at the same time, Hollywood didn't really come out with a lot of anything last year. TBH.
Who that? Just the world's the virus. You're gonna blame a global. You're gonna blame a global pandemic on why you can't get together and make movies together. Excuses. Fucking like just. Belle Delphine is out here, like making like rape fetish porn on her Twitter, and like she doesn't care about no damn virus. She's out here doing it. She's hustling. She's working, and that is actually one of the first topics we have for today. And in typical Double D fashion, we went, how long was it? About 8 minutes without getting into our first topics. Let's go, Dennis. I think that's a personal best.
I think we should pat ourselves on the back on that.
I can definitely pat my.
Oh, real quick then, since we're going to be going on to topics. David, explain to us what the fuck this whole thing was, because I don't follow Belle Delphine.
And I do, sure. Like I'm
just like, I don't know, David. Whatever you do in your free time is what you do, man. But
put me in the freaking zoo cage. Call me a chimpanzee.
David, if that's what you want to do, I don't really care. Like, I love
it's not what I do.
Look, guys, if David it does come out as one in the future, don't be surprised, okay? Like, you heard it here first.
God, I hate Sims. Like actual genuine Sims. First of all, that's a rant I have for another time.
Wait, hold on. What is this whole thing?
What do you want from my life, Dennis? I'm not even doing a podcast with you right now. Who are you? How did you get in this call?
Oh, I mean, basically, I'm one of those Chinese hackers. I found your password and just went from there.
That is how I would describe you. Authority. To like an authority. Like if I had to like arrest Dennis for something, like if he did something illegal to me, I'd be like, yes. It was about 10 minutes ago.
He's from the CCP. He literally came here 2 days ago.
Yes, sir. What can you describe him for me? What does he look like? Yes, what does he look like? He's a freaking long-legged, pissed-off Asian. I don't know what you want from me. Like
I'm not long-legged. You're taller than me.
Not where it matters. Or not where... I said that backwards. I said that backwards. I literally meant to say where it matters. I got that fucking backwards. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to insult you. I swear to God.
So not only is David a racist, but he is also a very vile, mean-spirited, piece of shit host of a very tantrumatic podcast.
Which you agreed to join.
Look, guys, you heard this. You didn't hear this from me, but there was a lot of arm twisting that happened during negotiations. He really twisted my arm there. By twisted my arm, he took my nipples and also really gave them a good tugging and twist. So
We're not going to get
you know,
into the fan fiction yet. We're not going to get into the actual like deep secrets of David and Dennis's hidden love affair that I'm sure is totally happening behind the scenes. I'm sure you can all visualize that. What has actually happened though, and a lot of people were very upset with her about this, as she has been in plenty of hot water in the past, as I'm sure a lot of you know. Like,
which is how she makes her money.
pretty much, yeah. Like, I'm not a simp by any stretch of the imagination. I don't follow any e-girls or
Mhm.
anything like that. But what happened is that Belle Delphine, who, like I said, has been in trouble for stuff like this in the past, has it was a few days ago or like a week ago or some shit. She literally got on trending because of this, which is I'm sure is her intention. She knows that the negative attention is good for her anyway. She posted like child rape fetish on her Twitter. She like because she's doing like actual porn now. Like she's not like legitimate porn where like she signed up with Brazzers and she's like, okay, like I hear forth and hence hand my vagina over to you, sir. It is yours to do with. You may sign it off to any man or woman you like, or non-binary person, just whatever. But it's like what she did is that she literally did post like a picture of her all bound and gagged,
Oh
tied
yeah,
up,
I'm seeing it now.
dressed like a child in
Mhm.
like a van, and then followed by literal pornography, like the dude that she was filming with, like having sex with her.
Mhm.
It's rape porn, is what it is, and a lot of people are pretty upset with her about this. They feel like she should have at least put like a trigger warning on it or
Mhm.
something, which I can totally understand that because there are obviously people who have been actually raped before,
Mhm.
and I even know victims of sexual abuse on my end. I dated like one or two girls who I think like both were like victimized that way in their life beforehand, and not it puts some people in a very difficult spot because
Mhm.
on one end you say this is messed up. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't fetishize this, or you should at the very least put like a warning label before it or one hand. But on the other hand, I feel like some people would argue that, hey, whatever, this is part of the modern sexscape of the 21st century and that
Mhm.
people have their fetishes and they should be able to implore that. Like, I remember there's this one video I saw like on, this one video that was shown to me in like this class or whatever. It's like this YouTube channel that like made all these sketches about like moral decisions and whatnot. And it was this guy going on a date with a woman, and the woman explains to him that she has a rape fetish and
Mhm.
wants to like sign this contract, like saying that like he consents to do this with her because he essentially wants him to rape her. And in the end, what he does is that he takes the contract, he thinks about it, and he winds up burning it because he's like, this is fucked up. I can't do this. Like, I know
Mhm.
I'm single or whatever, but I can't do this. And that's pretty much what's been going on with that. And it's like, it's wild because for a fact that like Belle Delphine is the kind of person who very much feeds off of her haters and off of negative attention. She has been banned in
Yeah.
the past multiple times off of
Mhm.
platforms for shit like this.
She's
And
smart though. Like
yeah,
that's how she garners the attention. She gets that clout that not a lot of people should be wanting, but like at least she turns it to her advantage, and that's how she makes money. And just a few of my thoughts on the whole thing, just because like this is at least news to me. Like I haven't really heard about this because I don't follow her. I don't really care about her. Like other than
mhm,
a few times that I've seen a few memes about her, I think she's as a person, like I don't really know anything about her. And as far as this issue goes, my thoughts on it, I'd have to say she she only gets this attention because of the fact that people who follow her, whether it be actually through Twitter or actually just ones who want to like stir up controversy about whatever she does. Personally, I feel as if she shouldn't have that sort of power. Like, do you understand what I'm getting at? Like,
I think so. Sort of the
yeah,
power to know that she's like garnering the kind of negative
yeah,
attention that like will trigger other people, especially
mhm,
people who have been sexually assaulted in the past before, but that deep down, like she doesn't care.
yeah,
Like she
and
knows that this is only gonna get like any press is good press, as they say.
yes, and in her case, it's like the reason why that she's even getting this attention is because of you guys, whether it be her critics or her fan, whatever. Personally, for me, I don't think that's cool. Simply because of the fact that, like, if y'all have like I guess rape fantasies, I think that's fine as long as you two are like, consenting adults and shit, and like, there's at least like that
Like have a safe
golden word,
word, all
that
kinds of
golden
shit.
word,
Yeah.
consent. Like y'all are both two adults, and like then you've talked about this, and like you're okay with it. If that's the case, then there's nothing I could say about it. I think obviously the whole topic of sex is a very personal one for a lot of people, and
Mhm.
it's perfectly, I think, normal that people would have this sort of response as well. I also feel that it's not only the simps that have given her so much popularity over the years. I think it's also the ones who basically come out and say that they're her critics,
Mhm.
and like and this is also the example of like the sort of outrage that they try to like get going, but like really this is not the person that you should be doing that to, nor should you really be doing that to anybody,
You
just
would
because like
think.
because this is how she gained her popularity over the years.
Well,
If
Dennis,
none of you didn't like talk about her the way you do, then she would be a nobody on anybody's radar. But now she's
I'm.
considering one of the most popular e-girl, Twitch thought, whatever the fuck,
Oh,
bitch.
she's
Like,
definitely the most popular. I don't follow any like e-girls or anything like that, or
yeah.
subscribe to any like girls as OnlyFans because I like real women, but like I know who Belle Delphine is, and I've
Oh
heard
yeah,
of
I know
her
too.
because she. And to put this in perspective for you guys, if you don't remember, this is the girl who sold her bathwater for
Yeah,
like a ridiculous amount of money and had people actually like buy it and
yeah.
shit. And dude, if you listen to her, she was on an episode of the official podcast. That is
Mhm.
not the most fucked up thing she's done. It is not the most
No,
kinky.
of course not.
She has a warehouse full of dildos, a literal warehouse because it's her business. You
I'm
know,
not.
she's a
Who's
sex worker.
surprised though? Who's really
No,
surprised?
no, 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 no.
Really
It's not a
surprised.
judgmental thing, but this is the problem, Dennis, because I wholeheartedly agree with you that, like, yeah, two sides of the same coin. You don't give the bad person attention, they fail. It's like a troll, sort of, if you would.
She
You
is a
know,
troll.
if you
She's
ignore their troll,
basically the
no, 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 no,
2021 definition of a troll at this
she's
point.
not a troll.
She is one.
She's just a very, very popular sex worker, and this is where the problem comes in, Dennis. The
Sex
reason
workers can be trolls too.
okay, yeah, okay, whatever. We'll have the whole fucking episode be about like, are they trolls? Anybody can be a fucking troll. You know, you can have haters that are talking about, oh man,
No. But David, you're
the Double D
misunderstanding.
podcast.
For
That could
her
be my
though,
aunt.
there
That
isn't
could be
a
my
lot of
aunt who wrote
trolls.
that for
There
all I
isn't
know.
a lot of trolls
Open an
that
account.
could literally get money off of their trolling. She's one of the few that's done it so well to this point, and
A
she's
lot of
also
people
made
do
it.
that very
I
well.
know, but she's the most famous. Let's not argue that. At least,
Yeah,
like she's
and
probably the most popular
famous
one out of that.
e-girl.
Yeah,
Easily the most famous e-girl.
and that's
by
why I'm
far.
getting at. Like for her and where she's at right now, it's all your guys' faults. It's the Sims' faults, and it's also her detractors and whoever the fuck else, and like anybody who doesn't like her. It's all your guys' faults for basically giving her this amount of popularity, which she does not deserve, in my opinion, because she, as far as the grand scheme of things goes, she should not have this popularity. Do you agree with me on that at least? Like she should not be trending. Like someone like her should not be trending on Twitter, but somehow she is. And
It
this is
is.
like that's why like it kind of boggles me because she for what she does, it's like nothing special, really. Like can you agree with me on that?
You want to know what I have to say about that?
But can you agree with me on that at least? Like what she does is
Well,
nothing special.
Well, yes and no.
Oh, go ahead.
Because, oh my god, my freaking Switch is giving me the alarm. It's telling me it's time to play Ring Fit Adventure. Shut up! I played yesterday. I got swole. I'm like 180 pounds and like pure muscle now. You little bitch. I'll play it later. Okay, like it's going to. I
Wait,
hope
what's that game? I don't know that game.
Ring Fit Adventure?
Yeah, I don't know that game.
Oh, Dennis, it's an exercise game from Nintendo.
Oh.
You put like your Joy-Cons inside a little ring and a leg strap, and it's sort of like an adventure game mixed with like an exercise game. So you go through levels by jogging, and you attack certain enemies in like RPG style battles by doing like arm exercises or leg exercises for different types of enemies corresponding with colors. It is broken, and it has honestly made me, a guy like me, which I don't like exercising. I'm not a sports guy or anything like that.
You should at least go take a walk every now and
then. No. I'm talking about like hardcore exercise.
Yeah.
And this game has made me exercise for significantly longer than I ever have before, for literally like at minimum like an hour at a time. And I've literally seen the progress. Like I'm up so much in muscle now from from what I was before because of like all the protein shakes I've been drinking combined with the game and whatnot. And like my arms have more definite, the whole thing, it's broken. But Anyway, we could talk more about Ring Fit later. So to answer your prior question on does she deserve that, or if there's anything special about Belle Delphine, the answer to that is yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it comes to her, it's like e-girls, and I talked about this with my ex a lot of times, and I talked about this
Mm-hmm.
with you last week, as a matter of fact.
Mm.
E-girls and incels are two sides of the same coin.
That is
One
correct. Mm-hmm.
one cannot exist without the other. It is the yin and yang that is on Dennis's forehead in his avatar on the picture that you're
It,
looking at right now.
it's a
Listening,
twisted form of balance, really. Like,
exactly, because literally, like they e-girls would not have a business without them,
mm-hmm.
and the incels would not be able to get their rocks off in the same way, or supposedly they would. I
they're
don't
hate
know.
rocks.
But
They're hate rocks.
there's literal free porn on the internet, so I don't know why the fuck you would spend time like spend money to tease yourself from a girl you
Yeah.
will literally never fucking be with. But regardless of that,
Mm-hmm.
this is the problem, Dennis. Like, I'm not saying there's a problem with sex workers.
I'm not saying that either.
No. I know you're not.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
to
The audience.
the audience.
Okay, keep going. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
I
got
wanna-
distracted.
I
I
wanna
got
hear
distracted
this.
by Jimmy Vollmer. Who's not even here. Shout out to Jimmy Vollmer. True homie. Where? What did
I was actually,
Anyway, oh my
yeah,
god.
go ahead.
Not
Before we get off
distracting
topic.
myself.
Yeah, before we get off topic.
Belle Delphine, the reason that a lot of people are angry about this, and you might think, oh, if you just ignore her, she fails or whatever, but that's, in certain cases, yes. If she's doing something that you personally deem immoral, tough titties, like you can just back off to that and then just not give her that attention like you're saying they shouldn't. This case is kind of different, in my opinion, Dennis, because
It hits close to home for a lot of people.
Not even that, not even just that. Not even that, and not even that it just hits close to home for a lot of people. It sends this indirect message, Dennis, to men, to bad men, to like really like sexual predators, or like potential sexual predators, people who like be brought up in the wrong way or whatever, that it's okay. They're gonna see that, and they're gonna think that girls like Belle, or who look like Belle, will be into that, and that their sort of fetish is justified in the real world to these other kinds of people. That's what happens when you publicly fetishize rape. It will make men, I don't even want to say men, because people who would do this are not men in my eyes. It would make these kinds of guys think that is okay. To see the most popular, one of, if not the most popular sex workers right now, fetishizing something like that without any trigger warnings or anything to an audience that could have a lot of children even seeing that, as well as people who have been raped before, that sends a message. And look, in the years that I spent at Montclair studying communication and media, if there's one thing I learned at that institution, it's that the medium is the message. I could be any type of person right now. You can picture me as a miniature African American man. You could picture me as like, a giant Hispanic or something like that if you don't know what I look like, because you are listening to a podcast. It's an auditory platform, or it's an auditory, what am I trying to say? Or it's an auditory medium, and therefore that is the message. It like portrays it in a different kind of way, if you would. Same with video games. Video games are way more interactive than like a movie or whatever, and therefore you experience the story, the narrative in different ways. Like it or not, even if Belle Delphine is just trying to make money doing what it is that she's doing, she's sending a message by doing what she's doing. She's sending a message to people that it's cool to fetishize this, and it's not. That sends a very dangerous message to in the world of just dating and sex and whatnot, because who knows if some prick will see that and think, this is what the girls are into, this is okay, and then that just leads to a lot of other really bad things down the rabbit hole. Basically, is that she's egging these guys on in a bad way, and that's where the sort of yin and yang of e-girls and like incels come into play. It's like, yeah, everybody goes to incels and you're like, these people are fucked up. A lot of them become like, diehard Trumpers because they hate women and shit, and like they can't get laid. They're outrageous. They got a lot of really good big toxic masculinity in there. And then you have someone like Belle, who's out here catering to these people. These people should not be catered to. They need help. They need therapy.
Or be thrown under the jail.
or just run over with a truck. Whichever works. I'm pretty.
Okay,
I'm
we
pretty
agree
sure.
that they should be at least like there's a lot of stuff that should be done to these people to like.
Can somebody please make like a video game starring me and Dennis? It's called David and Dennis Simp Destroyers. It's the latest co-op
Oh, I hate
it's the
Sims 2,
latest
dude.
co-op multiplayer like
I
dark
hate them
dark
so much.
fucking RPG,
Oh
RPG,
god.
arcade style shooter, multiplayer, two-player co-op, play as David or Dennis in the latest hottest multiplayer action video game to ever grace the system. Although the graphics will be incredibly like strenuous. Like if you do not have like a 3070 at minimum, you will not be able to run this game, let alone have it look good in high settings. So
Okay, wait.
the game basically costs
Pause
like
for a second. Wait.
$600.
Pause for a second.
I've made my piece. Please.
Okay, my thoughts on
Thought
your
destroyer.
thoughts, and also the thought destroyer. Yes. Also, I do agree with you in that if she was a nobody and she did this, no one would really care. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't think people would care as much as they do now. It's because that she's so popular that, of course, like think that there's this whole controversy around her, and like think people are like saying their piece about it, like think whether it be politely or not, which they're especially if this is something that affects them, like obviously, like yeah, go ahead, go and talk about it, like say your thoughts. For me, I have to say, and in your in the part of what you said where like she is basically enabling all these people through her posting this on Twitter and like her tweet as well, just in general, like the caption in it. Yes, I do feel as if it is harmful. I also feel though that rapists and anyone who even entertains the idea, and if y'all have a rape fantasy, again, if you can literally do that with consenting adults, it's fine. Just to make that clear. I think rapists never needed someone to tell them that rape is okay because already in their minds they're already thinking this.
Yeah.
People who've done this, who've been convicted with this, don't need anyone to enable them to do so. So I feel as if, for me, what she said was not okay. At the same time, I still think this falls under one of those things where if you don't, I mean, the damage is already done because like she's already so popular and like you've guys given her that. And now she can go on and say shit like this and basically be like, oh yeah, like there's no big deal. And because she also knows like there's that whole horde of simps that like lust after her.
Mm-hmm.
Which also, again, to all you guys who do, there are better looking girls, man. There are so many.
Oh, that's the issue. Yeah,
listen.
You could be simping over anyone, man.
But you have to go for her. No, I actually do mean that because like she's like what 20 something. She looks like she's 14.
That's
and that already here's the thing. No, I'm gonna go off of that and springboard off of that.
Please.
And she looks like she's 14. And you lust after a girl who looks like she's 14, which kind of tells me that you guys have a type. And then that tells me that, oh, he's a little disturbed. this guy's this guy probably like watches all of them hentai lollies and shit and like probably lust after those too. And here's the thing. I watch hentai too, but that genre is one that I cannot get into just because of at least that's how like it makes me feel immensely uncomfortable. Like, because yeah, which again, like, that's how I feel. And again, for all you guys who are into her, like in that way, there is truly definitely something wrong with you because of the fact that you guys love 14-year-olds. That's what is telling me. That's telling me that you guys like 14-year-olds.
Yeah,
And
and this is the thing,
it's like
like
that is such a bad message to put across. And here's the thing though too, a lot of these guys, I can't imagine they're the most well-adjusted members of society. I think there's a lot of things about simps that almost as like a biology type of thing, or even like a sociological or even anthropological kind of study about it.
yeah.
I wish there would be one. Maybe down the line there will be.
Oh,
But
dude, I'm sure there have been. I've read about shit like that when I was in school. Like,
no, but
like
like medical journals and such like that, where like they literally diagnose these people with like severe problems in the
well,
mental
I
and
mean, dude,
everything else capacity.
when the incels inevitably stop raging on the Capitol and in 10 or so years, whenever it happens, start, individually, like sailing the fucking Mayflower in the opposite direction over to England to personally kill Belle Delphine, when that eventually happens, then there will be studies written about such things. But until then, Dennis, we have to go out with now. But this is the fucked up part about it, man. Like e-girls, whatever. You're into this, whatever. You're a sex worker. That's awesome. Fuck
But,
people on
oh,
camera. Do your thing. But when it comes to shit like this, when you know that your fucking followers are into fucking like children-looking women and shit, the fact that you look a certain type of way, when you instead of saying that's messed up,
and you
when you
egg that on.
when you then cater to that by
Yeah.
posting not just rape fetish porn, child rape
Yeah.
fetish porn, that is where the fucking line gets drawn.
I'll even say this right now too. Belle Delphine may say she's 21, but she's 14 to me. I don't care. I don't care.
You
I
see
don't
that video
care.
that she posted on her
Like, she's
Twitter? Like,
14.
there was a vid she posted on Twitter. She was like, "Hello guys, I'm finally going to give you all what you want on December 25th.
Oh my
I am
God.
going to fuck on camera, and if you don't believe me," and then she pulled up her shirt and like actually like showed her chest.
Yeah, her
and shit.
flat chest. Yeah. Her
I-
flat prepubescent looking chest. Like,
it was no Hitomi, to say the least.
Mhm.
And at the very least, Hitomi's breasts have integrity.
But
Can I just say that?
no, yeah, I do agree because
Hitomi
she comes from an
fucks
industry
people with
where
honor, with integrity, with intelligence, with
Like-
grace, and by making the most stereotypical Asian screaming noise, Asian getting fucked noise that you could possibly hear. Like,
but Hitomi also she's got that old guard like veteran status within that industry.
oh, you kidding?
Everyone knows her. She's a legend at this point, and not to mention, like, if anyone,
talking about Hitomi
yeah, I was
Tanoa,
going to mention that.
You
If
do not
anyone
know
don't
who
know,
it is.
she's the probably most famous JAV star like out there, like ever.
And I would murder any man if it meant I got to spend one night, and probably commit an actual whole genocide if it meant I could increase
David
that to a
would kill
weekend.
me. He would kill me for a night of her. And if that happened, I would be like, he has the knife to my face and is just like, like, Dennis, I'm sorry, like I have to do this. I'm like, listen, man, as long as that pussy and titty bomb like thing, you do what you got to do. Like, do what you got to do. Like, I would help a brother out in that regard. But again, like,
don't send those nukes without me.
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm gonna be living through you. I'm gonna be living through you as you like enter her.
Yeah, Obama. That was. Oh, you were hanging out with Michelle, huh? Yeah. Oh,
Wait,
I bet that
who's
pussy was
talking?
tight.
Wait, who's this talking?
Oh, this is fucking old filthy Frank sketch.
Oh,
Like he's like being Kim Jong Un. He's like, "Hey guys, don't send those nukes without me, huh?" And he gets a call from like Obama directly, and he's like, "Oh fuck, it's Obama." Everybody, shh. Hello. Yeah.
oh. God,
Yeah, man.
I love doing his voice.
So, yeah,
Back in the day.
I bet that pussy was tight. He's talking about like, I took Michelle. I bent her. I bent Michelle over the Oval Office desk one. I'm not even in office anymore.
You
It
just
was,
see Joe-
it
you see
was
Joe
Trump's
Biden-
desk technically.
You see
And it
Joe
was
Biden like just clapping in the background, like really furiously.
yeah, clapping. That's what he was doing. I mean, Donald Trump to celebrate Donald Trump being out of office. I decided to take Michelle and head back to the Oval Office and just sort of bend her over there. Just bend her over the Oval Office desk, and I just gave it to her, just like I did when I was conceptualizing my children. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe. You can stop now.
No, that was Obama fucking
Anytime
his
now,
wife.
anytime now.
No. Listen, that was Obama fucking his wife as the cameras were rolling.
Is that like, oh, like if you want to talk about a former president going down to disgrace, talk about like one making an OnlyFans after they're out of office. If there's any way you want to one up Trump, who by the way is not even moving back to New York, he's going to Florida because he knows he can't go back to New York.
Oh yeah, because like the district attorneys are after his ass. And
oh yeah, no, he will die. Like they will kill him if he goes to New York.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really gonna save him for that long either. Just because like people are really out for his blood now, and they know that once the 20th hits, like it's over for you,
fucking
son.
Go time, bro.
Yeah.
It's go time.
And here's the thing, though, too. I do agree that there is a lot of. I just follow it like this: if you did something wrong in the face of the law, you should get punished. It's as simple as that for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm a very simple guy when it comes to the law. If you fucked up, you deserve to get thrown the book at. Like that's as simple as that. No matter who you are. I also feel though he's not going to like fucking some Alcatraz type of prison. Like the guy's gonna be going to rich man jail,
like white collar prison.
Yeah, like fucking how Jordan Belfort went and met. I forgot his name, but I love the guy. Something Chong.
Jonah Hill.
No. It was the actual Jordan Belfort. He actually met this guy in jail, and this guy actually told him to basically write his story about his entire experience, like going from like I think he started off in Wall Street, and then after that he started up his own firm, his own brokerage, and like basically he told him like just write your whole story, like just write it out. And I think it was a very therapeutic. It ended up being very therapeutic for Jordan after he got out, and it basically kind of just put his entire life into perspective. And it's the book that it's the book that the movie's named after, The Wolf on Wall Street. Like y'all can like go and find it, like if you're interested. But I haven't read it. But
I mean, I don't give a virtue signal. I'll tell you to read it, but you know,
I think it's like something kind of like that would be very valuable, just to know like kind of what it's like to be at the top of the world, and then after that, just kind of see everything just go to shit after like real quick. Because like I don't know if like David, did you see the movie?
I did not.
You did not. It's a definite recommendation for me then, if you ever so choose, because it's also a Scorsese film, so can't go wrong with that. But his entire life ends up going to shit real quick, and it's all stuff that I felt, as far as punishment goes, he definitely deserved, because he fucked over a lot of people out of their money, and you don't fuck with someone's money ever. And also now, and I'm going to try to also compare this with Belle Delphine, because right now I think she thinks she's like on top of the world.
Modern day Jordan Belfort.
But I mean, hey, I think comparison wise, it kind of looks like that. She looks, because she has that same attitude that he did in the movie. It's like I don't fucking, I got nothing. Nothing's gonna happen to me. That's how she feels right now. And I think, given time, because also age will hit her, like when it does, and it's gonna hit her hard. Personally, for me, I think she's something, as far as, how do I say, like controversy. Like, I don't think this is going to be something that's going to basically end her career.
Oh, she is uncancelable.
At the moment.
Actually, you know, probably not uncancelable, but she's
like, because she's basically like, I think this is the first, you know, like when you first dig that shovel into the ground and like that loud crunch, like you hear that loud crunch.
Just Scorsese movies.
Like,
yeah, sure. When you hear the first loud crunch of the dirt going in, I remember that last time I buried a body.
Yeah, I buried one yesterday. Anyways,
you and me were hustling. You remember Dennis when we were hustling for those 12 kilos of dope?
Yeah, we had to take out Billy Bats, and you know, got to get a shine box. Like
silence that bitch where he stands. And
his last moments,
you remember it was fucked up. You remember in his last moments when he took out his phone and like he knew he was gonna die, so he just started like pulling up the OnlyFans app and just was jerking in the back of the trunk to Belle. Do you remember that? Do you remember like when he was looking at Belle in his final moments?
You just like,
that just made me stab him even harder, dude. Or maybe we want to shove that Bowie knife even further into his fucking
I
esophagus.
think Joe Pesci would definitely stab his son if he ever found out that or stab his daughter if he found out that she has like an OnlyFans, and I'd be totally fine with that.
How many of the freaking
Like he would stab her or him the same way he stabbed Billy Bats in like Goodfellas. Just
how many of the mob actors do you think would literally take like a bat to their kid if they caught them simping?
Okay, I'm gonna go off some of them. Al Pacino, hell
Yeah,
yes.
100%.
Joe Pesci, 110% for sure.
Tony Montana would be very, very pissed about that. He'd walk into the room and be like,
Montana.
go get pasta, man. What the fuck? What you want to go get some ice cream or so? What the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
I can definitely see there's some. I mean, which would be insanely hypocritical since they like fucking cheat on their wives and shit all the time with hookers.
Yeah, but
And
that's not gay.
Meanwhile, they catch their son like jacking it to like an e-girl or some shit. Like it's that's what they have a problem.
I'm gonna be crucified if I don't remember this guy's name. Robert De Niro. Hell yes, I could see him like beating his son and like. Actually, no, maybe not son, but like if I feel as if they'd only beat them if they found out that their daughters were doing OnlyFans, because it's like I think for their son they would just kind of be like, "Why are you paying for this? Just go to the strip club that I own. Like that's 2 blocks down from here. Just go there."
Well, their kid is underage. I doubt they want them.
Yeah, fine, fair enough. But yeah, I feel as if it's their daughters, it'd be another thing entirely, because like fathers are generally much more overprotective with their daughters than their sons.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Especially if like you're like a mob father. I imagine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's already terrifying sometimes when you're like a teenage boy and you finally get the nerve to ask out that cute girl who sits behind you in math class and shit.
Yeah.
And you meet her dad and you're just like, and the dad is just like, no, you're dating my daughter. Guess what? You're dating me. So that's what's happening. I have a friend who has kids, who has like small children. He's told me in the past, he's just like, yeah, dude, when my daughters like get their first boyfriend and shit, it's like, no. It's like, no, you're dating me. And he's from the hood. So like he used to he used to like fucking like be in a gang and shit.
Mhm.
So like I'm just thinking about the poor motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Date his daughter one day, and that conversation they're gonna have, because he's gonna be dating 2 people, man. He's gonna be dating 3 people. He's gonna be dating his daughter. He's gonna be dating him. He's gonna be dating his Glock. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he was just trying to sound cool or if he was serious, but either way, I have one question to ask you. Carrying off this topic, since I don't want to talk about mobsters. I
love mobsters historically.
Historically, yeah. I had a friend, like they were talking about this the other day, and it gets me to think a little interestingly here, because obviously,
is this the question?
Yeah, this is the question, and I gotta ask. I mean, you have a girlfriend, so it's different, of course. But like, I'm saying hypothetically, if you didn't and you were single, would you be comfortable dating a girl if she had an OnlyFans?
Would I be comfortable dating a girl if I knew that she had an OnlyFans?
Because my friend, he like,
is he in that predicament?
He's not in that. No. He's not in that predicament. He's been with his girlfriend for like 6 years or something, 7 years at this point.
Congratulations.
Yeah, they met on fucking Tinder too.
I met mine off of another dating app too.
It was so funny. Like his girlfriend was still on Tinder after a while, like just because she forgot to like delete it or whatever. So I was just browsing through it one day because I used Tinder back then when I was in college because I was a fucking troglodyte. And, I ran into her, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, fucking perfect. I need to use this. And I swiped right? And she swiped back.
Oh.
No, nothing bad like that.
Okay, but that would have been like, oh, that'd been a little
my friend. It was my friend. It was her boyfriend on his phone. So I started saying all this like insanely dirty shit in there. Like, listen, I know I'm best friends with this guy, man, but he ain't shit. You got to be with a real man. You want to talk about, true 8-inch white girthy cock passion all up in your fucking cooter. You want to
WBC
right now. This guy can't do shit for you, baby. Like, come with me. Like, knowing full well that it was my friend who was on the other end of that conversation. That shit was hilarious, man.
He
started doing it back. He started like role playing with it. Shit was hilarious. Honestly,
I love hearing shit like that. That's awesome.
But continuing on, it was funny as hell. This same friend, I don't think he meant to, and I don't think he was trying to. He was very iffy about it. Like my
Mhm.
other friend, we were in a group chat with it, and he was just like, yeah, you know, like he agreed with me in that the sense it's just like, oh, it's just something that is really down to like the individual relationship.
Yeah.
My other friend told me is like, well, if you really feel that way, that's something that you should like, you really need to like reflect on or whatnot. And I was like,
Mhm.
reflect. It's just not something that I said no, by the way. It's just not something
Mhm.
I don't think I would personally be comfortable with unless I was like in love with the girl or something like that. If I really, really like
Okay.
casually dating her, it'd be different, I guess. You know, nothing
Mhm.
serious. You know, we're just like fucking each other or whatever, and we both know that.
And then she pulls out the camera. It's just like,
No,
oh,
no,
oh. It's like,
no,
whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't subscribe to this. Put the
no.
camera away, bitch. Like, it's gonna be
You
private.
subscribed to this the day you took me to that Denny's, motherfucker.
And then you'd be like, yo, bitch, I didn't even know you had an OnlyFans until like today. The fuck you
Well,
mean?
and she just takes the camera like, well, surprise, surprise, motherfucker.
And then
And
you start to really rethink the relationship. It's like you just call the next day, hey, bitch, I'm sorry, like I can't do this. Like, no, it's just too much for me. She's like, and it's probably she'll just be like,
she
okay,
would probably,
like that.
no, she would probably just say no. Like, no, you're not allowed to break up with me. Anyway, whatever. I fucking said like no.
I was gonna go off on something, but
Like introspective. I'm like introspective. I'm like, I don't think that's fair. I think it's just something that I personally wouldn't be comfortable with if like I'm dating a girl,
which is completely fine.
knowing that like other dudes or
Yeah.
like cells are like jerking off to her and shit, or potentially like fucking her if she's that far of like a sex worker or whatnot. There are porn
Mhm.
stars who are like in relationships and stuff, and obviously if you're gonna date a porn star, you kind of got to be comfortable with her like fucking other dudes.
Yeah.
It's like what are you doing?
You know what you're getting into at that point.
Yeah, like literally, like you
Yeah.
cannot blame her for that. If you
Mhm.
get into that relationship and you blame
Okay.
her, you're just stupid and you're gaslighting. But personally, you,
Okay.
what would you be able to do that? Like, what would the context of that have to be to
I,
change or whatever?
I'm
Really?
thinking of several different scenarios. So in one, I'm let's say dating a girl, and then I found out that she had an OnlyFans. She like let's say comes out and says like, oh yeah, like I like had this for like a while, like you know I was kind of doing it to like kind of get some money. Whatever her like extraneous reason is, like think for having one, I'd stop and listen. Like you know, it's like it's her story. Like you know, like I should at least give her that much, like for her to tell it. Um, but she tells me like okay like and I don't have it anymore. I deleted it a long time ago. Like you know it was like when I was really young. I'm older now and like I know like I shouldn't be like you know
I'm
doing that
talking
forever.
actively. If she still had it,
No, but that's why I feel as if like these scenarios in the context kind of like are important because in that sense the conclusion to that whole thing would be that I'd be okay with that if I knew that okay she had it, that's fine, like whatever.
yeah,
If I
same.
knew that she has one actively and she's like one of those top 1%ers and shit and like she makes mad bank or whatever. And
Yeah,
like let's say like you know in that whole scenario like you know we're dating and like you know things are going well but then like I'd have to say this. If she told me right off the bat and then let's say from there I make my decision, I think I would be in whatever decision I make, I would be okay with it if I did say like I want to stay like, I want to stay together in some
mm-hmm.
hypothetical universe. But if let's say I found out, now I'm dropping you, bitch, like a hot potato. Like I'm not dealing with this because that's dishonesty right there. This is something that I know a lot of people like have different opinions about. Just because at least they bring up the same thing that you said, where like you know if you're dating
Yeah.
a porn star, it's like well you kind of already know like what she's into. Here's the thing though, that guy knows because she told him.
There
She
are a lot of
told
girls
him.
who have like hidden
That's
OnlyFans.
what I
Yeah,
mean. That's what I
don't
mean.
tell
If
nobody
you
about that
tell
shit.
them, if you tell your SO right off the bat, like even before you guys fully start dating, like and you make it official, if you told him that yeah, like I have an OnlyFans, and if he says like I don't mind, then you got to keep her.
Yeah,
Because I know a lot of guys who would not even sit for that. Like, not like sit as in like, oh, like, you know, like, oh, yeah, I'm fine with it. Some of them like
like
are
they'd
not.
frame one get up,
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, this isn't
Yeah.
gonna work," and I wouldn't even do that
Yeah.
if I
But
was like
that's
with a
why
girl. She got
either
no.
or.
I would think about it.
Yeah. But it's like either or, like whatever the guy's decision, it's perfectly, I think, fine, whatever they respond with. Whether it be I can't do this or whether it be like, okay, I could fucks with this. So yeah, I'm fine with that. And it also depends on the extent, as well as you said, about where they're at in OnlyFans. If they just, I'm gonna sound real weird saying this, but like, I feel as if it's just like flash the pussy, flash the titties. It's like, and they make bank off of that.
Whatever.
It's like, yeah, like part of me is kind of like, I'd also have to really like the bitch, like for me to be okay with it, because I'd have to really like you.
Like the young lady, Dennis. God.
Yeah, bitch. Anyways, yeah, I'd have to really like her to like be okay with it. And I almost feel like this is why like dating is gonna change for all you guys that don't have someone down the line, because if because that could happen more commonly as the years go on, I feel.
Oh yeah, McConnell doesn't give us those checks. You best believe them
No,
girls.
no, no. Not even going to bring politics into this. I almost feel just because of how saturated the market is with them right now. Like, because I know there was that whole article that came out a couple of days ago where New York Times was talking about how like a lot of women are using OnlyFans just to pay the bills right now.
Yeah.
And I think even before the pandemic hit, like it was already starting to have a bit of a surge at that point. Now it's really saturated to the point where like all these new girls that are coming in, they're finding it like really difficult to like get anywhere with it just because of how many people there are on it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's kind of like seeing that and knowing that this could possibly be the norm down the line, which again, and this is something that I live by all the time, because I truly feel as if like if you do this, like things will be a lot easier for you guys in your life. As long as both parties are honest, this could be okay. Simply because like if they find out that you have an OnlyFans and you put like deliberately lied and didn't mention it at all to like a guy you're dating.
Yeah.
That guy has every right to be angry at you and drop you.
Somebody about like fucking anything. It's like as long as you're honest with each other upfront about it, it's the same thing as like being like in a polyamorous relationship or something like that.
Exactly. As long as all parties know like what this is, things will be fine. Yeah, things will run shipshape.
It's like an individual thing, like depending on the people, like the context of that particular relationship. It's about their relationship. Not some fucking gender shit or whatever where like, oh, if you're not accepting of this girl, dating
which is bullshit too.
You're a fucking misogynist. You're not
into it. You're not into it.
Or if you're not okay with it, you're also just like stifling her or whatever. And I don't want to stifle anybody, man. I mean, my last girlfriend was very, she had a very big repressed sexuality, like growing up. I mean, I was only like, well, I mean, okay, that's actually a little too much detail to go into on that front, for her, because I realized I can't say that, but she had a very repressed sexuality growing up, and I wanted her to explore that, even if it was, supposedly, quote unquote, against my best interest, if it could wind up in her, like, realizing something about herself and then not wanting to be with me anymore, it was more important for somebody to be themselves. Like that's what that was at the end of the day. It's not the last thing. I don't want to hold anybody back. So I don't want anybody to think like, oh, I'm a misogynist. It's a control thing. You just want to control this woman if you're telling her she can't have an OnlyFans. It's like, no, I wouldn't tell her anything. It's just a matter of my own personal comfort. That's a very important distinction.
Your happiness is important too.
I need people to make it. Thank you. It's not that, or it has nothing to do with that, But
I love the marginalization that's happened for so long, where it's like apparently my happiness means nothing compared to if you're in a, let's say, heterosexual relationship. It's like apparently my happiness doesn't mean shit, but hers is paramount. It's like, okay, I didn't know relationships ran on one person.
Yeah, like, that's frame one. That is a frame one, super duper frame -0, frame -1, frame negativity. It's just negative. That is a red fucking flag, to say the least.
That's toxic as fuck.
Somebody's toxic as fuck. But I gotta say, I think we're actually running out of time to talk about this topic, because it's time to get into our first ever viewer questions.
Woo!
I don't care about what any of you have to say. I'm not answering shit. Goodbye.
All right, guys, I'm going to take over for David right now. Let's look at these questions.
No. No. Shut up. You're not taking over for nothing.
Okay, well, let's get to the questions.
They came for me. Okay, yeah, they came for me, like they all do.
No, David, I came
Everyone
right now for you.
Everyone comes for me.
I will send you a cum tribute.
Everybody, ew, God, I will kill you. I would never speak to you again.
It's just like a glass of milk that I send you. It's like, look how much I made for you.
That is disgusting. I don't even know what to say to that.
It's just like a big tall glass of milk, and it's like actually whole milk too. So it's like that really like kind of.
I mean, is
sound you'll make.
a fancy label on it or anything that you can sell if you're
Is
like
there
a
fancy milk?
you're an e-girl? Yeah, because like Gwyneth Paltrow sold a candle that said, "This smells like my vagina."
I thought she was the goo woman.
I'm sure she made goo too. Whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever. Hey, whatever. Not
Let's get
important.
into some of these
Not
questions.
important.
We got our first one coming out of the way today, and I'm gonna do this one first because I know you've been really looking forward to answering this one.
Yes.
This
Do it.
question. This question comes from Stu the announcer, another fellow Smash Brothers and esports commentator friend of mine. We go back a few years at this point. Stu, thanks so much for the question, buddy. He asks, in honor of the outgoing president, which famous American historical figure do you think had the smallest penis?
All right, David, get the fuck out of the way. This is my question.
I'm not even going to say it because it's a question that was made for Dennis. That was just born for him. It's crude. It's about American history.
Love this shit.
It's about penises. It's like this fits Dennis to a T. So by all means, take reins, my friend. Take them.
Okay, let me just thank Stu for the question. In honor of the outgoing president, which famous American historical figure do you think had the smallest penis? I'm guessing like from 1776, yeah, to like present day. Minusing out our already favored go-tos, Bitch McFuckhole and Donald Fump. I gotta say, I feel as if General Custer of the Union Army, or like I guess the U.S. Army at that point, is definitely got to be up there for a guy who had the smallest penis.
Well,
and I will back that up.
Grinch in that case because of what happened to him and what he did and how he fucked up. It's like the opposite of the Grinch, right? Like they say his already small dick probably shrank 3 sizes that day.
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure some Native Americans probably threw some voodoo magic in there, and like it's like, hello, penis small, and then it just happened. But Habooby, custard penis smally. Okay, and here's the reason why.
Wappa Willy, Wappa Wally, make this man penis smally.
And you just hear like the drums like boom, 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 boom.
All them dancing around in the rain. And then you just go back like a fucking slide whistle, like I gotta wet my lips.
Like, look, Native Americans have
and then disappear like
and they just like we gotta go to the stars to talk about this and see like who we're gonna put the spell on. Oh yeah, that fucker named General Custer. Okay, and here's my reasons why, and some little history for you. Truthfully, I don't know too much about the guy other than the fact that he lost the Battle of Little Bighorn or Battle of Bighorn, yeah. And from that point on, like, his entire reputation basically took a big shitter after that. And I also heard that the guy, like, he was a decent officer as far as his military career goes. Like, he wasn't really anything special, really. But he had, like, this whole flair for the dramatic and being real, like, almost like a prima donna in a way. And there was, and here's even an example, too, of, like, where this guy stands compared to all of the other U.S. generals during that time. Grant, Sherman, and a few others, like, if none of y'all know who Grant and Sherman are, like, Ulysses says Grant was, like, the commander-in-chief of the Union Army, and, like, General Sherman was basically his right-hand man. Sherman is basically most famous for burning down Georgia. Literally, these guys were stars. As far as, like, the whole public, like, discourse was, like, everyone knew who these guys were. General Custer, for the most part, like, kind of was just like, everyone was like, who the fuck that guy? I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Like, he rides a horse? Yo, that guy rides a horse too. My son who was in the war, he rides a horse too. What the fuck makes this guy so special? Essentially, this guy was almost like a no-name. And he basically, and this is almost symptomatic for a lot of U.S. generals by this point, where they were always trying to find a reason to attack the Native Americans. Basically, like,
that was. Why did they always want to find a reason?
You know, David, it's the reason why we're at the Pacific now.
I guess that was the case. Wow. Our forefathers were kind of racist? Really?
No, David, not even kind of. They were really racist.
Well, thank you for the honesty, my friend, in the history lesson.
Oh, yeah, obviously. And basically, case in point, this guy felt as if like I should be up there with those guys. And so he basically made this whole bullshit reason to basically start a war with I don't know, I forget the tribe at that point, but like then he was just doing everything in his power to just like basically start up shit. And he ended up losing that battle. And I think he died as well. Like he actually straight up died like during the Battle of Bighorn. I'm pretty sure I've got that name wrong, but yes, that's who I feel as if deserves the honor of
Like the Battle of Small Calf.
Small Calf, Tiny Udder, like whatever. Like it could probably go, like probably could go on forever with these jokes.
Now, that is one cow that could not ever make an OnlyFans.
That is true. What the fuck would be the OnlyFans equivalent from like the 19th century?
I don't know, just really dirty mail.
Would it just be like?
It would probably have like some parody name off of Wells Fargo, since they were the ones who like delivered mail like by the carriages and shit back then. So
that do be true. Okay,
it would probably be called like something like Get Largo.
Get Largo.
Like it's about like just making you bigger or something. But if you could, so we can get to the next questions, please, Dennis.
You want me to read it?
Let's start. Oh, you're done already.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, General Custard, because the guy was he had a real big inferiority complex. Next question.
That's definitely the telltale sign of a small Willy Wonka. But this question comes from @SuperGlentendo, the man, the myth, the legend himself, who, by the way, has a podcast called the Glentendo Podcast, where he covers all things Nintendo every single week. Sort of like an opinion podcast with like news stuff and whatnot, and Nintendo news and whatnot, featuring him and my good friend R Hungry, two of my absolute greatest friends in the Smash scene, who have this podcast that they do. I mean, it's Glenn's podcast. He does it by himself sometimes, but you know the drill. Thank you so much for Glenn. He's also the guy who made our art, by the way, for the Double D experience. So
thank
shout
you,
out
Glenn.
So Glentendo, he added the Double D podcast with a very riveting question here. It simply says Mario.
Wow, that's a really good question. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't even I just.
Hey, yo, Good Glenn, can we get back to you on that? This is gonna take a while for us. This might be like a two-parter for us to answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Dennis is like he's got a lot of stuff on his plate. I got a lot of stuff on mine. You know, we got a lot to think about.
It's like an essay type question.
I got to deal with all the people who think like I'm a misogynist for even bringing up the point about like dating a girl with an OnlyFans or whatnot. So I got to deal with those haters on the way in. I'm censoring like the tens of hundreds of racial slurs that Dennis said in this episode alone, as the racial and sexual slurs that he said. So I got to deal with that and whatnot. So I'll get back to you, Glenn. I'll get back to you on that one. Thank you so much for the question, but.
We love you, Glenn.
We love you, Glenn. Thank you. For the next question, it comes from Dev at DCM05_SSB. Thank you so much for the question, Dev. I really appreciate it.
Oh, David, you can take this one.
Yes. Dev, this question I think is directed literally to me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and answer that. Like pretty much Stu's question was pretty much directed. He didn't mention it, but that question was for you.
I ain't 6'3". I ain't even anywhere near that height. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, Dennis is like 7. I'm
inches.
Dev says, Jesus Christ, why do you listen? Why do you people listen to this? I'm 6'3". Dev says, I'm 6'3", and it's all in my legs. Is it hard to find form-fitting pants for you two? I can find long pants, but the waist is always too wide. So all of you who listening to this or watching this who don't know me personally, or don't know me like from the like from my YouTube channel or my esports work or from Rise or any other shit that I do, I am 6'5".
He a tall boy.
That's just my dick. Okay, seriously.
He's lying. He's actually 8 inches.
Dennis can vouch. He's seen it. Me and Dennis used to fuck. Anyway. What am I saying? Lost my train of thought. I was thinking about Dennis. And his masculinity and just like true manly sexiness. I'm 6'5". I'm a very, very tall person, so I think that's why this question was directed to me. As far as it goes for me finding pants, no, I don't have to shop at like a big and tall shop or nothing like that. I think 6'5" is really around that super duper threshold where like it gets to the point where like, oh, there's a very, very tall person, but we'll have something for you at the Gap or
That sounds like it would be like at the very edge of things. Like that would be like the very extent of like where our pants are gonna go. Like 6'5", like wherever the pants like length is like that's the extent.
Like I'm at the border of like a very tall, handsome, rugged individual, and you're a fucking freak. Like I'm like right at the end of that. Right, I'm like Forrest Gump on like the IQ standard. Like I'm just above retarded, so like I'm not retarded, so I can't get like the fucking. I'm not retarded, so I can't get like like special ed for being retarded. But at the end of the day, I'm also dumb.
You were gonna go that
So like
far, huh,
I
David?
do like basically just the shit end of both sticks, where he needed the special ed, but he wouldn't get it since he's not technically retarded. But as continuing on to that point, yeah, no, it's not too hard. I mean, as long as like you know your size and your waist size and whatnot, then you don't even have to like be like too careful when it comes to buying jeans. I mean, I don't know, call this like I find clothes shopping to be incredibly boring. It's one of the
It is.
it's one of the more stereotypical like man things about me. I suppose I'm bored as shit when it comes to buying clothes and whatnot. I haven't done it in a while, obviously, because of the virus and shit. Anyway, so like I usually order jeans online because I know my size, and then they're usually good. I just wear them, and if they're not, send them back. That's so it's not really a very difficult thing as long as you know where you're at. It'd be more difficult if I went in, saw jeans that I like, tried them on, tried them
Oh
off,
yeah.
doesn't fit, whatever. It's like that's a little different. But when it comes to me, short answer, Dev, no. I don't usually have too hard of a time finding pants. I mean, the waist can always be a little hard sometimes, but it's just
I'm also
like I said, look inside and there'll be like the little number or whatever. Which matter of fact, I'll just look at my fucking pants right now. I can even see it. Taking the pants up. I can't see it. I'd take my pants off right now, but that's a little too hot for the Double D experience. That's a little more than the Double D experience that I'm sure you guys signed up for. But it's a podcast. I can take my pants off if I want to. You don't fucking know. Like my hand has been in Dennis's lap this whole time. The whole time.
All right, guys. I'm gonna be coming out right now and be a whistleblower. We've been doing this remotely, so David's hand can't possibly be on my lap right now. However, comma, yeah, exactly. However, comma, it could be okay, but
so the short answer to that for you, Dev. No, not really. It's not too hard to find form-fitting pants. I pretty much only wear jeans. That's like really the only shit that I wear besides like shorts in the summer and plaid shirts and bathing suits. Really, I used to have to wear slacks for certain types of work that I do, but I don't have to do that. So because I hate slacks. Like the shit falls out of your pockets. Shit falls out of your pockets because like it's so slidey and it's like, oh, I hate that.
Fuck slacks.
I pretty much only wear jeans. So like when it comes to my pants, I pretty much only like look at the size of those and then just order more. So when it comes to like form-fitting pants, that's pretty much all I wear. So short answer, no, it's not really that hard. And to move on to the final question here, since we are actually running really short on time anyway. This one comes from @Solly Sussman Zoso on Twitter. He asks, favorite bread, and what are the best food combos for that? Okay,
David, you go start this one first.
My favorite bread's fucking money, bitch. Make that bread, girl. Yes, queen. Slay.
I wish I could have answered first, so I could have been like, I'd like to change my answer.
Everybody hating Belle Delphine. You post that fucking child rape porn, bitch. Like, you go and
even girls hate her, too.
Post that, you fucking skank. You fucking bitch skank. I love you, girl. Didn't mean it. Yas, queen. Like, I would hate anybody who would be like justifying that shit like that just because, like, yas, queen, slay. Basically the same people who defend Amber Heard. But
wait, let's not go into that. That's gonna be another.
We don't have enough time to go. My favorite type of bread. I love whole wheat bread. When it comes to my egg sandwiches, I put pepper and salt on my eggs as well as a little bit of cheese, mayhaps a little bit of sauce on top of that. Depending. Call me fucked up. I actually like to put a little. I don't do it very often, but I like to put a little mustard on eggs. Dijon mustard on eggs is actually pretty fucking good. And I'm telling you right now, if it was a European delicacy, none of you would be judging me. But yeah, I like that. I love whole wheat bread. And when it comes to like really other types of bread, like rolls, I love everything rolls with like the poppy seeds and whatnot. The sesame
Kaiser rolls too.
Kaiser rolls add so much flavor to it.
Yeah.
Love that. So I guess those are the two types of bread that really come to mind at first. And when it comes to like, I guess, do bagels count as bread?
Yeah.
Like a Jersey bagel then tops everything. That a Jersey bagel tops absolutely everything. Then that would be my number one.
Okay, I might push back on you on that just because at least I was in New York for a while and like I've been to their delis and I've been to New Jersey delis. They're really up there with each other. Like I always say that if you're ever going to be going to the city early, go to a deli. Go to just a nice hole in the wall deli. Ask for a sausage, egg, and cheese. You're gonna
family owned.
You're gonna be fucking loving it. Believe me. It's fucking delicious. Not to also mention, I actually had a really good sausage, egg, and cheese at Demarest. I don't know if any of y'all live around like Demarest around there, but like there's a good deli. I forgot where the fuck it was, but I think it was nearby some train tracks and shit. If you go to the deli over there and you ask for sausage, egg, and cheese, you are going to come in your pants. Trust me. It's fucking delicious.
My friend, come here. You try this deli?
Yeah.
No, I've never been there before. You like bagel? Yeah, I like bagels. I'm from Jersey, across. Are they good up here too? My friend. You like bagel? I guarantee their bagel here. That'll make you come in your pant.
It will make you conceive from your underwear. You will fucking see, my friend.
You will see. My friend there. It said Rheinman Bagel. My friend, his name Rheinman.
Yo, not even
His name Rheinman. You go in there, you buy his bagel, he'll love you forever.
Oh wait. There's another part to the question though.
I didn't know what I was doing there. Was that fucking? I was bordering between like Russian and Italian.
That and also maybe a little Middle Eastern. But there's another part of the question. What are the best food combos? In your opinion,
I answered that. I talked about like egg.
Okay.
I talked about like my egg sandwiches and stuff with like a little bit of like maybe Dijon like cheese on top with like peppers and whatnot.
Gotcha.
And obviously burgers. I fucking love burgers, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, favorite bread, I gotta say I have a very special place in my heart for ciabatta. I fucking fucks with ciabatta. I will take ciabatta to bed, cut her open. Actually, no, it's pretty bad.
Stop right now. Like,
okay. I would fuck the bread.
We're running pretty short on time here, man.
Okay, all right, whatever. All right, so David, your explanation was like 15 minutes long. Okay, calm down. Favorite bread, ciabatta.
For me, I can answer.
Yeah.
No, they love
ciabatta.
Too.
Ciabatta, definitely up there. I actually like ciabatta because of Panera, actually, which is kind of bad. Because Panera is not like anything you should be like, oh yeah, I love good food. Where do you go? Panera.
Not a fan.
Ciabatta, best food combos. I gotta say, for me, even though the beverage does kind of fuck with my system a little bit sometimes, but I do sometimes enjoy it if I do need me a pick me up. Sausage, egg, and cheese on a roll. No ketchup for me though. Salt and pepper with a deli made iced coffee.
Oh.
I don't know what the fuck it is about deli made iced coffee, but I'm even going into Jersey mode right now. I even have my fingers up like this and shit, putting them up and whatever. But like, I love deli made iced coffee. I love iced coffee in general when like my stomach can deal with it. But like, I don't know why, but it is something with like deli iced coffee that like I just absolutely love. I don't know what it is. Like, I have it any chance that I could possibly get. And for some reason, it has never done me wrong. I still shit my pants like right after I'm done. But at the same time, it's like, I still enjoyed it. So yeah, sausage, egg, and cheese on a roll, salt and pepper, no ketchup, with deli-made iced coffee. Usually small size.
Well, Dennis, do you know what kind of coffee will never make you shit your pants?
David, I swear to you, this was not intentional.
You know how it is. You can check out that referral link in the description below on YouTube, Spotify, and wherever you are getting this wonderful podcast for you guys right now. Wonderful, if I do say so myself. And if you use specifically that special referral affiliate link, you can put discount code in Nintoonist. That is Nintoonist for you who do not know me for my esport work. And you can get 10% off any and all Rise Cold Brews or Rise Oat Milks right there on the website. That is
save your money.
Nitrogenated cold brew coffee, friends, or completely organic, made with purified water and organic coffee beans from Peru. And if that's not your thing, we also got oat milk as well. You can check that out right there, the discount link below. Make sure to use discount code Nintoonist to not only get 10% off, but to also directly support the podcast as well. It's one of the greatest ways that you can do that, and we very much appreciate that. Before we go, I want to change my answer real quick. Peppercorn grinder. That is an Italian sandwich. It is eggs, sausage. It's eggs, peppers, and I think sausage. Bomb as hell. It comes on one of those big, like, Italian rolls. It's broken. That's easily one of my favorites. Get one from your local pizzeria. But all that being said, oh, it's bomb, dude. Get one from Victor's in Teaneck.
Support your local businesses, people.
If not for the sake of supporting your local business, just do it because chain pizza has always been and will always be ass.
That is true. And you're living
And
in,
there's
and if
also
you
Papa John, who is like a psychopath.
and if you're living in
Apparently,
the state of Jersey, like that is basically the second pizza capital of the East Coast.
yeah,
Like, what the fuck you doing getting like Domino's and shit? Go to your local
you're
pizzeria. Go to your local mom and pop pizzeria. Support them because
you're
they
going to New
definitely need
York.
it.
You're going to New York on a fucking vacation. You go to eat at an Applebee's.
You should kill yourself. Jump off
What?
that bridge. You got like a selection of bridges. You got 5 of them. Go pick one and jump.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't. Normally I wouldn't. Normally I wouldn't.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that.
No,
That's really
no,
mean.
you didn't say enough. Normally I wouldn't encourage that, but if you're seriously going to go eat at a fucking Applebee's in New York City, you got some serious thinking to do.
Yeah.
That is something I will tell you to actually reflect on yourself. Support your local businesses and pizzeria. And that being said, we are done here for this week. If you guys have any other questions you want to ask us, you can not only add us at Double D Pod with those questions, or on my personal Twitter at Nintoonist as well. If you know me from there, that's totally fine for the time being as well. I can just relay the questions on to Dennis if you want to ask him, me, or both of us a question. We also are on the gram now, baby. We're on the gram.
We are.
Where is that, Dennis?
I have thrown that up on our Twitter, and it is at. Give me 1 second. I didn't have it on me. Okay, relax.
I didn't know either.
It is under the Double D Experience 21, and I put 21 as in like how like those buildings have established in like those kind of years. So we established in 2021, baby. That's right. Woo! We got. I was gonna be like, we got 0 posts, we got 0 followers, we got 0 following. But we would like it if we could change that. So please, like, then come and follow us on the Double D Experience 21. No capitals, but yes, please follow us, guys.
And also, please subscribe to us wherever you get your podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Google Podcast, right here on youtube.com/Nintoonist, if that's where you're listening, if you like that little bouncing visual that was made for us on Fiverr. We got all that good stuff for you in the description below, like wherever you get your podcast. If you're an Apple Podcast listener as well and you're watching on another platform, we'll be on Apple Podcasts relatively soon. They take like 2 weeks to like approve a podcast. It's like they're notorious for that, but I think we've overstayed this a little long enough. We're coming at the hour 20 mark at this point. So yeah. All that being said, I think we're pretty much good here, guys. So definitely stay tuned for next week. We'll have those hot topics for you. We'll have those laughs, and we'll have those inappropriate jokes that I will have to censor on Dennis's end because they will get me canceled. So if you like what you've seen here, thank you for coming to support our little podcast and supporting our little dream and just coming and sharing this time with us. We love you all, and we will gladly see you next week. Mwah. We love you, Dennis, the people.
The people, and just a little message. Love all titties equally.
A fucking men. What if Hitomi's breast is a lot bigger than the other one?
I don't give a fuck. I love them both.
Damn right. All right. Lights out.